Hey traders, markets have just closed, so let's have a market update. Let's go straight into it. Don't place a trade based on what you'll see in this video because there is no guarantees of making a profit in the market. It takes you a long time to become a good trader. So this video here is just to educate you to become a much better trader. Alrighty traders, so let's get straight into it. So traders, if you haven't done so yet, then make sure you grab that $7 trading course, that sale that I'm running right now. If you need help with it, it's $7. So go get that right now. And if you are struggling with your trading right now, I guarantee you video number one, the biggest mistakes, that's gonna really help you with your trading. So let's get straight into the markets. And wow, having the markets just been powering up for these last few weeks, absolutely amazing. Look at this here, and the S&P basically got to my target of where I saw it going, which was the 4,600 level. Now, if you've been watching me for the last few weeks, you'll know that I talked about this double bottom here, and then we had this neckline through here, and then all it is, I project that up, and then that was actually the target through there. So, wow, having the markets just come out of the woodworks and just been so powering up. And guys, I'll tell you right now, this is exactly what I expected to happen. I really expected to see something really strong out of these markets, and it's just the market has just been now powering up. And it's just it's pretty crazy, you know. Like down the bottom here, I did I did a projection video on my YouTube channel on where I actually see an end of year target of 5,500 for the S&P. People called me nuts, and right now we just passed the 4,500. We're getting to the 4,600, so we're like 900 points away, just under 1,000 points away now from my ultimate target, and we've got the rest of the year for it to back and fill. So what everything looks like it's on par right now, and my analysis is absolutely spot on. So just everything is just working exactly in the line that I saw through there. The Dow Jones hasn't actually been as strong as the other ones, not yet anyway. You can see the S&P 500 has been just powering up in a very strong move here, where the Dow Jones is just like it broke out, and we had a little bit of really had just like a little bit of sideways range here. You can see we're developing like a little, possibly like a little. Let's see if I can do this here. So possibly we're developing a bit of a flag formation like this here, like that there, as you can see. So if we do start to break out like that, we're probably going to start to move up, and probably going to start to do something like that as well too. So looking really strong when it comes to the Dow Jones through there. And the Nasdaq is the strongest one out of all of them today. So the S&P 0.7, Dow Jones 0.2. So not much over the Dow Jones, but the Nasdaq is just powering up, right? I have a target of 15,000 for the Nasdaq. Now that's on the short-term basis there, and look what's happening here, right? Just absolutely just strong, massive rally out of these markets, just really powering up. Just there's a lot of strength in these markets coming back into these markets now, and it's so fascinating, isn't it? It's like, if you're new to the markets and you've been watching it, you've been watching it for the last few months, you'll be like, this does not make sense. The rising interest rates, the debt bubble, the Ukraine going to war, inflation, and the market's going up. It does not make sense. It actually makes perfectly sense to me right now, especially once you know how the markets operate and how the markets work. And you would know, if you've been watching me for the last few weeks, you'll be known that I've talked about what those individually actually mean. What does rising interest rates mean for the first time? What does et cetera mean for the market? So looking really strong there, guys. Let's have a look at the Russell. This is one that I'm actually watching really carefully, because I see possibly a trade coming up for myself here, because I'm seeing this like nice little, call it like a flag formation, right? We're developing this sort of thing through here, so which is actually looking quite nice through here. So if we can get a nice little breakout bar like that there, like a very nice strong up bar, which we're probably going to get, that's going to get us back inside my channel that I got here. That's going to get them, this whole thing here is going to be one big false breakout. And then if we get that, we should see a move back up towards the the top of the channel, and then once we do that, then the next target is you measure from the top of the channel down to the bottom of the channel, like so. Right, and then you project out like that, like so, and then you get to like the 260 target somewhere around about there, on the 260 target. So that's where I see it there, guys. But there's actually quite a nice trade, and that actually brings up a point here. Please, traders, please, whatever you do, whenever you're trading, I haven't actually been trading a lot. I've got positions in the markets, but I haven't actually been trading a lot. Because just waiting for really good quality setups, and that's what you want to be doing. You want to be waiting for really good quality setups. That's going to give you like, oh my goodness, yes, right. So looking at the gold. Gold actually had a little bit of a down day today. Not much really much going on here. We are developing like a bit of a bear flag formation right now on gold. So we could get a little bit more of a downside now when it comes to gold, but I'm still very bullish overall on gold through there. I still see that this thing is probably going to start to see a nice rise here soon, but we may get a bit more of a backing pattern, or a bit more of a pullback out of this here, but we shall see, right? Because we've got that support level there. That's that major level of support through there. So we may even just get like a bit of a drop down to there, like looking at the short-term analysis here. On gold, again, I'm not really worried about the short-term movement out of this thing. Long-term, gold's going to go crazy. Looking at silver as well too. Silver's one that's actually surprised me out of the whole lot. Silver's actually had a little bit of a break to the downside today. So we're actually getting a little bit of a weakness coming into silver. So we may be getting ready to have a bit of a move to the downside. If I'm looking at the major support and resistance levels, we can see that that's obviously one through there that's happened in the last. So that's obviously the big one through there. So that's obviously the big one that the market's been having a lot of problems through. So I'll be watching really carefully to see what actually happens through there. Move over now through to the GDX, and just a nice little pullback. This is exactly what I was hoping for. Actually, I was hoping for a little bit more of a pullback out of the GDX through here. So that's exactly what's happening. GDXJ, same sort of thing. A bit more of a pullback is exactly what I was hoping for. And we're actually getting that right now. We've been in this upward trend through here, but a bit of a drop to the downside. I wouldn't be too surprised, guys, if we actually got a bit more of a drop to the downside. You know, like maybe a bit more of a move to the downside out of the GDXJ on a short-term basis, and then we use that as a slingshot pattern in the markets there. Same for the SILJ, and this is actually something that I've been watching really carefully as well too. We're actually getting a double top formation, and now we're actually breaking out of this sort of triangle pattern through here, as you can see. So we've got this sort of overall triangle pattern. We did break out of that to the downside, so I would expect to see now we did that. We didn't actually break up, we broke down. There's actually a really good probability we're going to start to see a bit more of a drop, a bit more of a follow through on the downside on the mining sector, on the mining sector in general. Also the SIL as well too. And this is where, as you guys know, right, I was always waiting for a good breakout bar that was going to give me confirmation to have for a trade for me. I didn't actually get that, so therefore it hasn't actually happened there yet. So looking across there, guys, looks like that stock market's looking really strong still, especially looking at the Nasdaq. But looking at the mining sector, we're starting to get that we're starting to get a bit of a short-term weakness in here. So I wouldn't be too surprised to see a bit more of a short-term pullback, but overall, I'm really, really bullish when it comes to the markets through there. So on a last note, guys, before I finish up today, please just be, I know some of you guys may be wanting to jump in these markets because you want to make money, but I promise you guys, I promise you, I have many times over the last 17 years of me trading these markets, I've said the words, I just wish I didn't trade. I just wish I didn't trade. I just wish I just wish I was back at break even right now. You know what I mean? I just wish I did that. And I learned the lesson so many times before I got it, which was just sit back and relax and wait for some really good opportunities. Keep doing your analysis. Remember, 95% of the time you're going to be watching the markets, and you got to see the charts and the setups and all that sort of stuff. And 95% of the time, a successful trader says no, right? No, no, no. The thing is this, guys, is that when you see a trade set up and you've done your analysis and you've done your homework and you've done all your testing, you know what setups work really well and what setups don't. If we can just stop ourselves from clicking that button, when those really good setups come around, they're like, wow, and then you're in, and before you know it, you're making really, really, really good money from that one trade. And so just please be patient, guys. Please relax. And if you do need a bit more help there, then again, grab that $7 trading course in the link in the description, and I'll speak to you real soon.